Forgiveness is freedom from being bound.
We forgive because it is something that we love to do.
Forgiveness means looking into the same reality but with different eyes.
I have grown, I'm still growing with the issue of forgiving others.
The global forgiveness movement attempts to use evidence-based interventions to help make the world a more forgiving and loving place. Forgiveness is replacing ill will towards an offender with goodwill. Much of what we are trying to do at the Human Flourishing Program and with the global forgiveness movement is to help people who want to forgive and are having trouble doing so.
The core of the global forgiveness movement is the forgiveness groups, which combine individual work through the Reach Forgiveness Workbook coupled with collective experience. The group setting allows for solidarity, sharing experiences and learning from one another, as well as accountability.
In one's forgiveness group, there will be individuals with very different experiences of forgiveness. And that's really why the forgiveness group is important, because you can share about those experiences, learn from each other, and still walk on your own individual path of forgiveness.
What motivated me to work on forgiveness was the realization that I was dealing with unforgiveness in my own heart. And when you experience unforgiveness, it's not usually conscious, but you're angry, you feel bitterness, things will bubble up all of a sudden that you weren't expecting. It's distracting, and it becomes kind of a chain that you feel like you can't escape.
Hurts arise in many relationships in our lives. Forgiveness is an option of how to deal with those hurts. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. In reconciliation, one restores the relationship and comes together. Forgiveness is a letting go. It's not necessarily the restoration. Some relationships shouldn't be restored. Some relationships are toxic and need boundaries. Forgiveness is compatible with truth, with accountability, and with justice. One can forgive and use that forgiveness in the pursuit of justice.
Forgiveness is a muscle that we can strengthen and grow over time through practice.
Before I joined the group, before I picked up the Reach book, I thought that I had forgiven a lot of things, to find out as I worked my way through the book, I had not. A lot of us think that we are in control, but when you find and after you work through the forgiveness process of it, you realize that you were bound the whole time.
The forgiveness group was such a rich experience. Just all of the practices, the written reflective practices, the somatic, embodied practices, the imaginative practices that can help me to try to start to thaw my heart a bit.
The hurt was like being swallowed up by a black hole. And there's a reason why we stay in unforgiveness, because it's very hard to forgive. The experience of both being in the group and going through the workbook kind of really gave me a pathway to engage these difficult memories and emotions.
In order to foster an environment that supports each person's forgiveness journey, we've developed the following forgiveness group guidelines.
Your experience with the Reach Forgiveness Workbook and the forgiveness groups is an invitation to forgive if you would like to choose to do so. It is not a requirement for you to forgive.
The Reach Forgiveness Workbook can be used for a variety of hurts, but we don't recommend using it for a hurt that arises from extreme trauma.
It is important to note that the forgiveness groups are not therapy, and they are not a replacement for professional support. If you find that your experience with the Reach Forgiveness Workbook or forgiveness groups is hard to manage, we encourage you to reach out to a mental health professional for support.
Working through the workbook, we recommend that you start with a small hurt. This is the first time that you're going through the workbook, so it's better to get a sense of what's involved in it before using this for a harder hurt, a bigger hurt.
To ensure that the forgiveness group provides a safe space, we invite you to maintain confidentiality at all times.
The forgiveness groups are designed so that no one is asked specifically about the hurt that they're working through. This allows people to come together to share about the experience of working through the workbook and the experience of their forgiveness journey, to share insights together, but without feeling like they need to delve into personal details about their hurt.
While we find that you will benefit the most through active participation in the forgiveness groups and fully completing the Reach Forgiveness workbook, you should feel comfortable to participate to the extent to which you would like.
We recommend that you go through the workbook in order because each of the lessons build on themselves.
Being able to work within a group, you realize that you're not alone, that someone else has also gone through the same thing that you've gone through.
When you begin to step into the group, something kind of special happens. The healing power of forgiveness takes the shackles that are on you and they break the bonds. And you end up becoming the one who is free.
Within forgiveness, there really is an affirmation of the dignity and worth of other people. I could see this being a powerful tool for communities to come together, to have a vehicle to bring out into the open the hidden wounds from systemic injustices, and to gain clarity not only about what those wounds look like, what our place might be within that system of woundedness, but also how we might work together to transform those systems.
You should join a forgiveness group and go through the hard work that is involved because it is for your own freedom.
I get to be part of this global forgiveness movement.
I joined the global forgiveness movement.
And I have joined to the forgiveness movement.
Come join the global forgiveness movement.